Alright, Rusty here. We have a little problem with my F-350. I don't think I really talked too much about it on the channel, but it's an 84 F-350. It was a single axle. It's 4x4 automatic with a 351. It was a single axle, but somebody had converted it to duals on the rear, so that doesn't work right. Anyways, I got a ticket a while back for not having mud flaps that were sufficient. So I went ahead and made these babies out of steel, and they've held on for a while. And you see I got this little support piece right here. It's doing the job. Well, it broke on the other side, so I need to go ahead and weld that up. You can see maybe it's broken loose, so I'm going to tack weld that back to that receiver hitch mount. And since I'm going to be here welding already, I think it's time to hook the smokestacks up. They're just sitting there not doing anything. Getting her in that toolbox is going to be a problem, but I think we could probably figure it out. Gonna have to cut this off and then go through with a 90 or something. And I got to be concerned about the fuel tank getting too hot as well. Maybe I'll make a hole all the way through the toolbox, but then that would catch stuff on fire in there possibly. Anyways, the exhaust is too loud on this thing. Here's what we got. It's not the best. And so I need to get under here and fix some other issues as well, but the exhaust is too loud, so we need to figure that out. Another thing we got happening is this this is coming real close to the oil pan for the transmission, and so I need to take that off and rotate it or grind it or something so that these headers aren't hitting my transmission oil pan, and then we'll go from there. This side's going to be relatively easy to do the old muffler job. The other side's going to be the problem side, but we're going to figure it out. Alright, the engine's cold. Let's see how she starts. All we got is an ignition switch, and the actual starter is a horn button under the dash. Sounded like the solenoid's going out. It's done that to me a couple times lately. My garage entrance is all blocked up, so I gotta work in front of the house here. At least I'll have access to the power outlet. I can run my reciprocating saw and my welder from here, and the ground's not too rough. Let's get her going. Alright, I'm gonna start with welding up that mud flap, and I'm going to position the camera over here on the opposite side and get everything set up, but hopefully you'll be able to see what's happening, and hoping it doesn't fry my camera. My GoPro has took a giant dump on itself with this regards to battery life, so it's not hanging in there like it needs to. I'm going to get some tools and get started here. Go ahead and vice grip this part together and get it tack welded up a little bit, and then we'll weld it in the rest of the way. You see how my new welding helmet does. I had to buy a new one. There we go. My old one was about as good as that GoPro battery. Never did last very long, I gotta tell you, and the GoPro would overheat in 100-degree weather, so. I don't know how people are doing this adventure stuff. They must be stopping every 5 minutes. Okay, so once you do something to change the light, it darkens. I hope it stays dark when I try to weld. We'll see. I'm going to give it a shot. Okay. Probably do best by clamping here. And let's see if this helmet's going to Alright, well the helmet's working. That's good. Now let's get the welder working. Alright, I'm going to re-weld over our weld. This thing does not fit right though, that's for damn sure. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's a piece of garbage is what's wrong with it. First of all, that wasn't even installed correctly. I'm going to go with maximum power on the welder. Hopefully the camera doesn't get messed up. I don't think that it will. It's not like them laser beams I'm shooting at it, it's welding arcs. We're getting some penetration at least. Maybe that'll be a better angle. We're on there, but we need to get the other corners welded. I'm going to go over this a little bit more, just in case. I don't want this piece of metal flying off on the highway, take out some guy. Yeah, that's probably gonna do it. Let's do some left-handed welding. Get this right here. Oh, come on, arc off. Alright, gonna get the other side real quick. Bear with me here. At least then we can drive this baby around again. I didn't want to drive it anymore until I fixed the mud flap. Don't want to murder some motorcyclist. Could be me following something like this. Alright. Gotta get up in here. should do it. Yeah, here's what we got. Just welded it back on. And it doesn't look like it's got good penetration because it's on the curve, but it's on there. There was a solid crack and I just welded over the weld material. And we got it welded up here to the angle iron that goes across the length. So I don't think it ever would have fell off. It's just these suckers are kind of low. And if I run over speed bumps and stuff, it like puts a shock to those welds, and I think that's how it broke. Alright, here's one of the mufflers. The other one's new. I've had good luck with this muffler before. It actually does quiet it down quite a bit. And here's the smokestack. And it leads to nowhere. As you can see, it just cuts off right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do some calculation here and figure out how much I want to cut off right there. I think I want to cut it off below that little bracket and then pull that section down, and then we'll run this up in there as high as we can, so that this is about like right here with the bottom of the bed up here. This is the inlet side, and you can tell whenever you look inside the direction that those little things are that catch the air. So this is the way it has to sit. So that's pretty straightforward. So I'm gonna get to work doing some cutting here. I don't have all my tools organized yet like I wanted to, but at least I can use my reciprocating saw and cut the end off of that pipe where it starts to turn, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, I like it right about right there. That was a little harder to cut because I guess I was going through 2 layers. Oh, there we go. Might need that later, who knows. Okay, so now we got to cut the end off of that, and it looks like, actually it has to be about right there. Okay, we're not going to cut too much off. There might be a chance it'll slip over, and if it will slip over, that'll make things real easy for me. Okay. We can always cut a little more off later, so I'm not going to go too crazy on it right off the bat. I might need to move that milk crate out of the way if I can't get in here properly, which it seems like I can't. Okay, see how that's going to work for me. About like this. Yep, it worked on the other one. Why won't it work here? It will. There we go. We can jam that up in there a little bit, and then we can weld across both sections. this is just me trying to get a tack weld going. Yeah, okay. My speed felt really slow, but I think that I got too much of a bend on this wire, on this wire feed here. Either way, we're gonna tack it a few more times. Hopefully not blow any holes straight through it. Yeah. Okay, bridging the gap a little bit. So, see, that's about where I could go. I didn't want to get too close. And so it's going to be sticking down. And then we can throw our 90 and go towards the header. And that side will be pretty good, I think. You know, of course, we're going to have to touch up all those welds, but, you know, for right now, it's on there. All right. Gonna try to get that exhaust off. See what I need to do here. Hopefully I don't have the wrong tools with me. Oh, 9/16. What do you know? Alright. They're probably on here tighter than sin, but we'll see. Ugh. Okay, wow, so that's bad. Get those little hangers off on the other side. With any luck, that'll be 1/2 inch or 9/16 as well. Trying to get this camera set up right. So you got to get this off right here. I know the lighting sucks, but the GoPro, the battery took a dump as usual. It's about all it's good for. And I don't know where my external battery is, so that I can prevent that from happening. Just plug it in direct. That was my workaround. That one's free. Throw this nut and bolt over there with the other ones. See if we can get that one off as easy. Up here. And then this exhaust probably fall on us. But you want to be a mechanic? Gotta be tough. You're gonna be put into situations that aren't comfortable. here we go. Here goes nothing. Okay, it's not going to just fall on me because I got the net off already. Can we get the washer off? Okay, here she goes. All right. Here's the net. All right. This thing has quite a bit of flexibility. I wonder if I can use it on the other side. Okay, that pipe's off. I do have some glass packs I could weld. I'm gonna install. Okay, the transmission pan is leaking from higher up. It's not leaking from where that stuff was close. So that's good. That's real good. I'm sure that sucker was robbing a lot of horsepower. I'll show you. See, that pipe is all smashed up for clearance reasons. Right here. Couldn't have been flowing that great, right? Wonder how sharp we can bend this. No, that's about all she's got. Okay. Because I got to make a sharp 90. We're going to maintain. We're going to keep this piece. Because we're going to need it. Cut it off right about right there, maybe. Or maybe we can use that angle. Anyways, that's where we're at the moment. Alright, what I did is still hot. I cut this off diagonally like this, and so I'm going to rotate it, and there we go. We're going to have basically a 90 going into that pipe right there, and that's what I need because this is already getting kind of low, and I know that's going to be a hot spot and disrupt the air, but this isn't a high performance engine. It's got a 2-barrel, for God's sakes, so I'm not too worried since it's got full dual exhaust. It's only going to be one measly little cylinder pushing air at a time ever through there, so no big deal. So that's what we're going to do. Here's the progress report. We got this baby tacked, and it's gonna work. And apparently I'm not that bad at welding. It's just when you're welding on rusted material at a weird angle, and you got it off, you know, out in the open here, it's no big deal. So we're gonna go ahead and get that welded up. I'm gonna cut this pipe off kind of long so we can use it under here, and then I'm gonna connect it over there, and then I'll get back to you. But I just wanted to show you that it's gonna work. Just gotta bear with me here. It'll be just a moment for you, maybe 30 minutes for me. Alright, here's what we got. It's not looking too bad. And we're gonna take that pipe over there and then hook it to that header. I'm probably gonna have to go to the parts store and get a little header gaskets real quick. But I don't want to go to the parts store till I know what other pieces I need. I know I need some 90s and some other garbage. So I'm probably going to try to figure out what I need before I take off here. But we're plugging along. I'm interested to see how quiet or how loud that's going to be. And I'll probably have to reinforce it right about up here so this doesn't shake so much. But once I hook it to the header and put a little bracket to hold it against the frame, I don't know, I probably won't move too much. So I think we're doing pretty good. Okay, here's what we got. Muffler, suspicious 90, goes up, curves around, and we don't lose too much ground clearance. The differentials are still lower than that part, and I don't think it's going to be too ugly looking from a distance. So let's start it up. I didn't put new gaskets on the header, so let's just start it up and see how she sounds. There's the exhaust coming from up here. I don't know if that's louder or quieter on the inside.